Hello, everyone. Welcome back. As you can see here, I have just finished my Chapter 12 System Management chapter in PC Pro. It was a really long chapter. It took me a really long time to do it. As you can see, 15, subsections with 13 within them. So, it took me a long time. Actually, I kind of like this one. It felt kind of easy in some spots, and then a little more difficult than other spots. So just some of the stuff we did. We went in the Active Directory, created user accounts, created OUs. We're going to go do that in a little bit. As you can see down here, if you scroll farther, we did stuff in Linux, digital content, stuff with updates, kind of some basic stuff there. Then once we get past updates here, we start getting into, backing up, recovery, stuff like that, and, eventually troubleshooting stuff down here. We'll go and do that later. But as I said earlier, we're going to go up here into the OUs and creating users. So we're going to do this lab real quick. So what we need to do here is create these users and put them in the right spots, basically. And as you see on the bottom, need to set the time limit for the temporary temporary manager. So what we want to do here is click on Corp Server, Corp DC, right click it and click Connect. It'll bring this up here. And then we want to go to Active Directory Users and Computers. So now once we're here, we need to go to corpnet.com and we need to go to marketing because Juan is a marketing manager. Marketing manager once again, and then we need to create new and then user. So now we have this menu here and we need to type in his information. His name is Juan Suarez. And then his logon name is going to be actually we need to type in just J Suarez. So then we get J Suarez at corpnet.com, as it says here. First initial with the last name. Once we click next, we'll go to 1, 2, 3, 4 ABCD. Doing that once again to confirm it. And then we must have this checked here. So as an administrator, they know their login, and then once they log in, they change it. We click that and finish it. And so now, as you see, we have Juan Suarez and the marketing manager. Now we'll move on to Susan. It says she's a permanent sales employee. So we're going to leave the marketing page and go to sales, and she's permanent. So we'll go here, click new, and then new user. And then we'll type in the information. And then we'll type in her login name. And we have Susan Smith at corpnet.com. Next, same password once again. And then as you see, we have Susan Smith in the permanent sales folder. And then we'll do it again because Mark Burns is a sales manager. And then lastly, we will do Bori Chan and temporary sales. Yeah, I cleaned that up. Accidentally typed in the wrong password. But here we go. We're on the last one. Same process once again. Going to new, user, bringing up this menu, typing in their information, and then typing their password. And then as you see, we have Borichan now in it. But as I said earlier, it says we need to configure the following for the configure the following for the temporary sales employee. So Borichan is a temporary sales employee, and we need to limit his logon hours. So what we want to do here is, we right click on Borichan, go to properties, and then account. Then here we have this button here that goes to logon hours. So it says he goes from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So we know he doesn't work Sunday. So his logon will be denied. He doesn't work on Saturdays either. And then we'll cut it out at 5. So we get this right here. Logon denied there. And sorry, it's actually 8 a.m. We'll cut out these 3 hours. And then it's through 5 p.m. Cut out this last strip, and those are his logon hours. Make sure we apply. Okay. And now we can exit this out. Score it. It must have to be. I must have spelled something wrong there, but I forgot that too. But anyways, you get the gist of it. I just must have forgotten some minor stuff there. But that's how you create user accounts. My bad for messing it up. We're going to actually do this one right here. Back up the computer. We start the lab. This one's a fairly short one. So we need to use settings to back up the volume we need to back up to EAT and use backup files daily, keep files for 6 months. So what we want to do here is go to we need to go to settings here, and then we need to go to update and security, then backup. Then once we're on here, we want to click add drive, and we're backing up here. Click more options, and then here we get it. We want it daily and for 6 months. Now we want to back up the D drive, so we choose this folder, and we also need to create the backup right now. So now the data is backed up, and we score the lab, and as you can see, we got 100% on this one. The last one I'm going to do is a troubleshooting one. A couple of these took a while, more time than I'd like. But this one's a fairly simple one. But what you need to do here is plug in the computer to start off. And you need to, once we're in the motherboard, we need to actually connect the fan. And we do this right up here. So now that is plugged in. Next, we need to plug in the motherboard header. Next, what we need to do here is connect this cable here to the motherboard header, and this goes right there. And now we need to boot into the system, so we can turn this on. It also says we need to check the BIOS, make sure we get the right stuff. I'm looking at everything looks good. And now we'll load into the system, and we can finish the lab. Now, once we're in the operating system, as you can see, we got 100% and done all the check marks. So that's basically been Chapter 12 PC Pro. So it was a pretty long one, as I said earlier. I kind of found it good, kind of found it easy.